everyone, and welcome to another episode of Over the Curb podcast, a Formula One podcast for fans old and new by Formula One fans old and new. Joining me today, Shaguni, Kramer, and Neil, and we are talking about Hungarian Grand Prix,
Yeah.
aka Monaco without walls. Monaco without walls.
AKA flashback.
Flashback Monza 2021.
It was just pure flashback. Everything that happened in that race was just flashback.
Okay, first things first. I think it's pretty clear what everybody is going to talk about in this episode because there were only 2 or 3 things that are worth talking about, which was otherwise a very, very boring race. Like the drama was not on track. It was on track, but not like racing drama. It was like
drama
emotional blackmail.
From the pit crew.
It was emotional drama. A lot of emotional drama. So to start off, congratulations, Oscar, for your first win that was ruined by your overly emotional teammate who was being just a brat. Second, this has to be one of the most boring Hungary GP in recent times because at least I remember at least last year and even last to last year it was better. And third, I think it's time for Checo to go from Red Bull, right?
Yes.
From F1.
From Red Bull, I mean, I don't care if I think Sergio Perez, I don't know what happened to him, man, but like how much is Checo bringing to the team in terms of revenue that they can risk not coming first in the constructors?
I think it is more to do with the entire barrage of help and assistance than this, because I think Checo, not just money, in other ways also, I think because of Carlos Slim connection, the airlines and everything, they have a lot, not just money wise, but even other things also which Checo helps them with. You have to realize it is Carlos Slim, one of the richest guy in the planet, who backs Checo.
Yeah, but like Red Bull are running a one-horse race.
With a lot of money in their account.
Against every single opponent of theirs that has 2 horses in the race. Like everybody else is very close.
True, no denying that.
I mean, it's a Red Bull decision to make, and I guess there is only one race left, after which we will either hear what happened or we will have no news, which means that it's
money was
whatever
debited in the account.
Yeah. So, okay, let's.
Checo is becoming Lance Stroll for Red Bull.
I guess.
And at least you have no hope from Lance Stroll.
Exactly.
And Aston Martin doesn't have to.
Why are you guys keeping hope from Lance Stroll, from Checo? I don't understand that.
No, not
it's you guys who get hurt.
As a team.
No, not in terms of like being close to Max or some shit like. I just expect Sergio Perez, with all his experience and everything, to just keep it out of the wall. Like it's okay if he does not like make it out of Q1 or Q2 and like those things. Okay, now I'm used to that, but like it's the crashes.
Yeah, in quali, not even in race.
I'm like in qualifying in changeable conditions. It's not like Checo is not a bad driver in the rain. He's not a bad driver because he's like 2021. He had a good season in Red Bull, but it was so long ago. And like 22, 23, Red Bull didn't need to worry about it because Max was like far ahead. Now in 13 races, we've had 7 different race winners. Yeah. So, I mean, I don't know.
Has Checo won any race or no? In this season?
No. I think Checo is the only one from the top 4 teams who have not won a race. Like everybody else, like Carlos, Charles, Oscar, Lando, George, Lewis, they've all won a race. He's the only one from the top 8, like the top 4 teams, 2 drivers. That's why we only have 7 different race winners.
Yeah, with Max winning 7 of it.
Yeah, Max won 7 of it. Other 6 have won each. But that's what I'm saying. So like it's not even like every single season Checo would start with at least winning 1-2 races. Like he would always win like Saudi or like some race in the beginning he would win.
I want him to win the race. I mean, just give us consistent podiums. That's it.
Yeah. Yeah, even if it's not on podiums now, like just consistent top 5. That is that is okay. Like,
Man,
I think we have to
take
even
these
start
points
at
of those teams. Take the
babier
points of
steps.
Ferrari, McLaren, and Mercedes.
Yeah.
That's
Just
all you have to do.
get to Q3. Like, first should be like just get to Q3. And then the second must be like, okay, now consistently just if you qualified in top 10, just finish in top 10. And then gradually you have to raise the bar for Checo. But he's not even able to do that, man. He's just now I think he crashed in Silverstone also. He crashed in Hungary also, both times in qualifying, both times one car for Red Bull is they've not even had a chance to have Checo move up. He's just going out in Q1. Like Monaco, one of the races, he at least crashed in Q3. It was like that was when he had already scored the provisional pole. He already had that pole. So it's even with those decreased expectations, this is even worse than that performance, I feel, from
We
Checo.
expect these mistakes from Logan Sargent and Joe Guan.
Yeah.
To be very honest, if they also do this mistake now, we would all be like, bro, it's been 1 year, 1.5 year, you know?
Yeah.
Exactly. And Checo has been like at least a decade, if not more.
More than a decade. Checo has been like
Checo started
there.
2013, 2014 is when he started, right? Started with Force India.
Yeah.
So that was 2013, no, even 12 also. But decade-ish, plus minus 2.
Okay, he made his Formula One debut in Sauber 2011.
Yeah. So, I mean, plus minus 3. Decade plus 3. He's raced enough season. It's not even, he did not even sit out a season like Esteban Ocon did. So, like, he's had his fair share of go to IndyCar, man. Go to IndyCar, NASCAR. Like, just no team his performance is not even good enough for any other team to even consider him. Maybe some backmarker if they need money, but like other than that, Checo is not bringing anything to the table. So that is the only thing. And now let's get to the race. And only 2 things to talk about mostly in the race. So which one do you guys want to tackle first? Because I think in our discussion on the group, I have very different opinion on everything. So which one do you want to?
I think we have to tackle everything one way or another.
Yeah, so but like which one first is what I'm asking.
Start with the collision only.
Yeah, let's start with Max. No,
let's
Lando.
start with Max.
No, Lando, because I think we all have a same view on Max.
No, I think the Max one is one where we will all be on the same page.
Yeah, that's why we end it on the same page.
Okay, so let's start with Max.
Okay.
You guys start.
Max Verstappen. Why does Formula One have different rule sets for 19 drivers, one different for Max?
Because that is how he I can't even say that, okay? Because like 22, 23, like he has won because he was like 30 seconds ahead of everyone. There's nobody. It's like the only way Max would have gotten like DNF'd or anything in the last 2 seasons is if a backmarker did an Ocon in Brazil kind of move. That's the only way it could have happened. Like Max used to be very far ahead, like not a big deal. I had started liking Max a little bit because of his demeanor last 2 years.
I was just saying that in the group before he crashed.
Yeah.
The worst thing is that I liked everything that, the way Max was conducting himself, how the race was happening. I loved the passion that he was showing in the call and in the radio. But then it just went. I was just disappointed.
Yeah, this is like, I think a bit too much. And I mean, let's address this, okay? Red Bull strategy this race was like very Ferrari-esque. Like it wasn't the best strategy. Max was 100% right. Every single time they were caught out, they were undercut every single time. 100% understand that. I mean, you would think that if if Red Bull does not have the strongest car. And I think Max also in the press conference said that, okay, first time, okay, we did not anticipate that. Okay, understandable. But like second time, how can you get yourself undercut like that? I don't know. Like, okay, I think Lewis and Carlos or Charles, one of the Ferraris, they pitted, but they still kept Max out. Despite seeing in the first set of pit stops that the undercut was so strong in Hungary, why not pit Max in the next lap? Why not cover that? So 100%, it is the team's fault for having shit strategy. I think this race, their sole focus was for some reason Sergio Perez to get him 2 points, which he did. Can you imagine, like, Max and Sergio Perez finished one place, like there's only one place between them.
Sainz, right?
finished
If I'm
7th.
not wrong.
Yeah, I think so.
Sainz is the one in between both of them.
Yeah. And like Checo started 17th and Max
Yeah.
started 3rd. So I get Max's frustration from that point of view. But at the same time, I'm like, dude, just can you just for once, just like communicate in a way that, you know, it's constructive. Like the team knows, like even if you tell them that I'm having these difficulties in a calm way, they will understand that you are frustrated. But there, for them to be able to help you, just don't go like all monster mode. Like he's that, you know, have you guys seen Inside Out, the Disney
No.
movie?
No.
Oh
No.
man, is the red guy sitting in the, he's the one controlling. Anger is the one controlling. So it's listeners, if you have seen Inside Out, you will get this joke.
Okay. So we have to watch movies also.
Yeah, but like it's
It
cute
was not enough
Pixar
that you
movie.
made us watch Drive to Survive. Now we have to watch movies as well.
Oh my God. Oh my God. This discussion has to wait. Ek second. Listen to me, you motherfucking assholes. When was the last time we did a Drive to Survive review? Let me tell you. Season 4. Season 4 is when we did it. Season 5 is when we watched it, and I watched it.
didn't.
Me and Neil, we watched it with the expectation that we will do a review. And then once we were like, it's too late, like the time is gone, this, that, then all of you fucking assholes admitted we didn't watch it.
Yeah, no, I am not complaining now. I am not
No.
complaining now. Shakuni did.
I have
Okay.
watched it. I have watched it.
And also like okay, Drive to Survive and Pixar's Inside Out, two very different pieces of artwork. Okay, like
It is so
Drive to
easy to
Survive
trigger
is
Mansi.
shit.
I am loving this. Please keep this has to go. This has to go on the podcast. You can't
Yeah,
edit this out.
and like this is again such a good example. Okay, see, I was triggered, I was frustrated, I was mad at these guys, but I was so calm. I was like very calmly telling my team how big of an assholes they are, not flying off the handle.
I am
I
waiting
am
for the
not
calm version.
complaining. I am not
I am
complaining
waiting.
about anything. Man, why am I getting stressed?
No, Kramer is nice. This Shakuni asshole. Yeah. Living up to his name.
Yeah.
Shakuni.
This was fun.
Yeah,
But
okay.
it is in my watch list. I will be watching it this weekend.
Sure,
Inside
if you
Out.
say so. This weekend everybody's watching Deadpool. Come on.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
Yeah,
after
I'll be
that,
watching it on
Olympics.
Friday.
Okay. So yeah, Max, like take some lessons. Just calm the F down. I know the team fucked up, but the team has also saved him multiple times. And my disappointment is that, guys, you know, like if you think if Seb or Lewis or Fernando were like, if they had the same attitude, that bratty attitude that they had when they started in Formula One, and it just continued and continued and continued, do you think they would be as liked and respected as they are now? They wouldn't be. Like a lot of people did not like Red Bull Sebastian, but like Seb towards the end of his career was like a much better more respectable driver. I don't see that growth in Max is what my problem is. So like, dude, if all 20 of you are there to win, nobody wants to just drive a car around pulling G forces day in, day out for like no fucking reason, except maybe Kimi when he was in Sauber. But like everybody is there to do good, to achieve something, to score points, to win races. Everybody is there for that. But like, just for once, just calm down. I've never seen Max give like proper feedback on upgrades, or like just communicate to the team in a way where they can like ever help him without going into firefighting mode. I would never like I have to admire GP's patience with Max. Like, I think even in qualifying, what did he say? It was about the rain thing. He was like, "It's rain, it's fucking rain." And GP was also like, "Okay, Max, if that is a problem, then come into the pits." But it wasn't wet enough for inters. So like he would have gotten angry either way. So like that, there's just no winning with this guy. Like there's no trust in the team, I think, from Max's side. I don't know why.
And also, like, Max must be feeling the heat of Checo not getting any points.
Yeah, I mean, last year he did say, right, that I alone can win the Constructors' Championship.
Yeah.
This year is not true.
But this year he
This
can't.
year,
Obviously,
This
Can't
year
Red
win
Bull
the
is falling
constructors alone.
apart.
because this year he is up against teams, not just a team that can fuck up. He's up against teams that are eyeing for that Constructors' Championship.
Teams
It
which are
is
like in which both drivers are finishing in top 10. Like
exactly,
both
and that
Sergio
too back to
Perez.
back.
So I'll tell you this, okay? You know how I created my data. So like in Mercedes, okay, between Lewis and George, the contribution to team points is 48-52. In Ferrari, it is 52-46. And like 2% is Ollie Behrman, but like chalo wo hata do. To be like it's pretty close. In McLaren, it is 56-44. Again, very close. In Red Bull, it is 68-32. 68% of points that Red Bull has is from Max Verstappen.
But to be
32% is
very
from
honest,
Sergio Perez.
this is very shocking that Max only has 68% of the Red Bull points when he is a dominant driver, and it should be more because Perez has either DNF'd or finished outside points or scored just a couple of points in so many races
No,
this season.
no. I think Perez has had like multiple podiums at the start of the season.
He
Just two
did. Perez
podiums.
did have.
Yeah.
He
Perez
had
did
two
have
podiums.
podiums. Yeah.
No,
Yeah, but
he
Just
has 4.
no.
And
hold on. Let me
Bahrain,
see.
Saudi, Japan, and China.
Japan and Miami. No. So okay, sorry. Yeah.
China.
China. Yeah. He has 4 podiums. And also, like, it just goes to show, because like the points would have been more if like these wins were not taken by other teams, and like those points are not like Red Bull is for 300. Now it is 389 points. By this point, like Red Bull used to be around 400-ish,
Or
touching 500
450.
points.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it is sad. I really feel, in a way, I feel sad for Max because how much can just one guy do, you know? Like, for example, even if you look at the Mercedes dominant era or even the Ferrari dominant era, both the drivers are giving their everything to win. Even if you discount Bottas used to get points.
But Bottas was a consistent podium finisher, yeah.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
He
Like,
always
Bottas
used to be
also,
on the podium.
so Bottas also had a point, you know, like a reason to be in that seat. Whereas when you
Yeah.
look at Perez, there is no help for Verstappen.
Exactly. So, but I get his frustration. I would get it more if he didn't do it every single time. Like, no matter the situation, he always does this. That is why I have like less and less sympathy. And there was like, I think somebody in the commentary said that he was iRacing till like 2-3 in the morning.
Yeah. Till 3
Yeah.
o'clock he was
Yeah.
on sims, and then he slept, went on track, finished the race, went back on the sim.
Yeah, okay. I mean, good for maybe. I think this is just a
Yeah.
sign for Max to get a different hobby. I think it's a bit too much. Like
This
racing.
isn't the first time. He has
Yeah.
been
Yeah,
doing
this
this
isn't the first
regularly.
time. The Imola victory he had was literally 2 hours after finishing that 24
Finishing
hour.
24 hours. Yeah.
Yeah. So it is not that he can't do it, but the thing is that it will take toll on his body. He got by during Imola, but I don't think it happens every time.
No, every time he gets irritated every single time, gets frustrated like this and blows off a gasket every single time the car is not working fine. And like he's not like he should know. He's been in the sport long enough to know that you will not always have the best car. Like it's not unheard of that your car will, it cannot just always be good. Look at Mercedes, dominated for 7-8 seasons, and then where did they start in 2022?
Yeah.
But you didn't hear Lewis or George talking to their team like this. Maybe behind closed doors it might have happened, but not on radio. It's not happened. Like no other. Look at Ferrari. Look at even McLaren. Like every team has had problems, but their way of communicating with their teams, I think that there is only so much you can excuse. Like you're talking to another human being on an international platform and you're treating them like shit. I don't care. Passion, heat of the moment, adrenaline, your emotions are not everybody else's responsibility. Once in a while, I can 100% totally justify it, but not if you're doing it every single time. Like even Kota, man, when they had like a slow pit stop, he eventually did end up winning the race. Again, got irritated. Singapore last year, same thing. Like once in a while I can understand, but if you do it every single time, and even not even like just race start also, it's like, oh my god, Lando pushed me off. Like, okay, you want Lando to give you space even if it means that he takes out his own teammate, king of pushing other people off the track and getting away with it time and time and time again. And even with Lewis, the
that entire Lewis thing was just him being a baby. That entire Lewis episode was
Lewis thing,
just
like
him being a baby.
he turned into me, bro. He was turning into you go right in a right-hander. Like what the fuck are you talking about? You come to that corner 100% out of control of your car. You cannot stop yourself. You shoot across, and you don't want the person who has to go right to go right. And even the
Hi.
FIA did say that it was a racing incident, but in their explanation, they've written that car 44 could have done more to avoid the collision. What?
I
What
don't
could?
understand what are they expecting
What
out
could?
of Lewis.
What did they expect Lewis to do? Like
And
stop?
that too in a split, like not even a split, like a micro split second. It was right
What?
there, like he locked up and
Exactly.
he just left.
He just left. Like he just came across like a shooting star. Like, what do you want? Like, these are like split-second decisions that you have to take. And
Like,
Lewis slowed
he
down
did
so much.
something like Stroll did it to Daniel Ricciardo.
Yeah, exactly.
But
He was
again,
Told
like
you.
nobody's. It's like FIA also, like how many times is that guy going to get away? Even in like turn, was it like turn 2 and 3? Like he went off the track and wasn't able to overtake Lewis. Again, arriving in a corner, he's just so out of control. He cannot, like, if you know that you cannot control your car, maybe talk to your team calmly and try to figure out a solution rather than just going kamikaze on everybody, because you have not had consequences for your shit driving, because I don't know where FIA keeps their balls.
FIA is scared of Jos Verstappen.
But no. Did you listen to the post-race interview by Lewis? Like not after just winning, like after everything.
Yeah.
He,
I did.
yeah. So in a way, Lewis did defend Verstappen that it was a racing incident and it all happened so quickly. I don't think anyone is to be blamed, which I agree with him. But what I don't agree with everyone who has been, coming out of their caves to defend Verstappen is he was the one who was complaining about the same thing a couple of races ago when Norris did it.
Yeah,
I think Austria, if I'm not wrong.
Austria. Yeah.
Yeah. He was the one who was complaining about it. Now, when the same thing happens to him, how does he become the victim all of a sudden? He can't be
But
the victim in both the cases.
But that's what Max has always done. If anybody else, so again, like this is what FIA has done, because FIA has not punished Max for any time that he's driven somebody off the track. They have set a precedence that it is not penalty. And now because of that, now that the cars are closer, drivers are like, okay, maybe we can get away with this thing. And they do get away with this thing. Max Verstappen has never been. When has Max Verstappen come out and say that, okay, this thing was my fault? When has it ever happened?
Never.
Exactly my point. So if he never he does not have the, what do you say, like just the self-awareness to be like, he does not realize that this is what he does to other drivers. So when it happens to him, he is like, oh my god, so much unfair with me. But he does not understand the perspective of another driver when he does the same to them. And because FIA has set a precedence that this cannot be, so like anytime something like this does happen, the teams can just go back and say, man, look at all these times that you have not punished him. So like, what is it? Either you punish everybody or you don't punish us, because it's unfair that you don't punish just one driver for pushing people off the track, but you punish every single other person. That's not fair. So Max will always be like that. I don't know why this is coming as a shock. But again, Max Verstappen after the race, like, he did blame Lewis for the incident, but Lewis did not have anything else to do. Like, even if he stopped, like literally stopped, dead stopped there, Verstappen was so out of control, he still would have collided with Lewis. And I don't know what FIA meant that Lewis could have done a little bit more to avoid the collision, especially because they said that it is a racing incident. But in any of their previous documents, if you see that, if they are saying that this car could have done more to avoid the collision, and since they did not, that's why we are giving them a penalty. It has always been like that. So now they've been like, Lewis could have done more to avoid the penalty, but it is still a racing incident. Like, what are you doing? What are you smoking?
Well, I think they wanted Lewis to just concede the position before the corner.
Yeah, it feels like it.
Yeah. They're like,
Why would Lewis
man,
concede the position?
no.
He's-
FIA feels like that because he's Max Verstappen.
No, so like, have one race, no? Let Max drive the car. Why are the 19 others driving around the track? There's your net zero carbon footprint by 2030. You can achieve it today if you just say, other 19, we are not going to do anything to stop Max Verstappen, so just let him race, let him start pole, let him finish first, end the championship.
Yeah.
If you just want other drivers to like just roll over and let Max go by, what is the point of a championship? You've done it then. Net zero carbon footprint, whatever their aim is. Why do we need all these new regs and like hybrid fuel and more eco-friendly fuel? Just have a championship with just one driver. We'll see how many people come and watch that.
Red Bull fans also won't watch it.
Of course, it doesn't make sense. It's always, and like, I have no patience for like all these Max apologists. Like, no, please pick better role models.
Yeah.
Just demand better from your role models. Like, just, he's always like, oh, I don't fucking care what other people think about me. I don't care what other people say about me. They can say whatever the fuck they want, this, that, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, yeah, okay, so then this guy is never going to change. And it's...
Also, if you guys want to do that, just pick Sergio Perez. He's gonna crash on his own with no one's fault or
Yeah.
anything.
No one has to do anything for Sergio
Yeah.
Perez to crash.
Yeah.
No one has to suffer.
The
There
guy is
might
at
be-
least consistent,
Yeah.
not
he's
putting others in risk,
consistently crashing.
Yeah.
True.
consistently crashing, not putting others at risk, just himself.
But the cost of his crash is in millions. Like,
Exactly my point. And it's 100% on Red Bull. I mean, they would be stupid. They would be 100% stupid to not put another driver in that seat. 100%. I'm telling you.
I forgot who was the second. I forgot. In the Destructors, who was second? I forgot.
I mean, it's got to be either Logan or Gasly. Dude is just going through components like anything. Man, even I don't think Logan Sargent has had that many crashes this year.
Sargent is beating him in the last 5 races.
Yeah, exactly. So,
Well, I think that Red Bull second should be given to Latifi just to compare the standards.
I mean, Latifi would be better.
No. I'm telling you, the best course of action is to have Daniel for half a season. If Daniel is good, matter closed. If not, you have half a season to evaluate Yuki and Liam Lawson in that Alpha Tauri. You have half a season to see how they are doing. And then finally, the Daniel chapter would be closed for Red Bull. Like, you would be like, Daniel only took that Alpha Tauri seat. It was very well understood that Daniel is taking the seat so that he's ready to replace Perez if Red Bull needs that. If Daniel is put into that seat and he does not perform that well, that's done then. You know that it has to be either Yuki or Liam. Liam gets some time in Formula One. You get to evaluate Yuki and Liam head to head in similar car. And you have the option then going into 2025.
And if they are still not happy with Liam and Yuki, they can go to Carlos.
Exactly. They can approach, then they can approach other drivers. They can literally, it's the easiest way out for them is they have drivers in their own academy that they can try out 100%. I don't see the problem with giving Daniel half a season.
Yeah.
Just do it. And even like, Yuki and Liam, like just Yuki had a crash this weekend. Cool. It's okay. Shit can happen sometimes. But again, like it doesn't fare well for him to be making such mistakes. But it's not like I will not say that, oh my God, Yuki does not deserve that Red Bull seat because he has been doing well. But I'm just saying, man, just do it.
And he has been outperforming Daniel Ricciardo.
I don't have a problem with Yuki being in that seat. I'm just saying for half a season, just put in Daniel. Just have closure there. Just have closure there. Just you will know one way or the other if Daniel belongs to that Red Bull seat or not. It's as simple as that. And especially, I think Daniel is a much better option because if these tensions are happening in Red Bull, if this is how Max is right now, this is how angry he is because the car is not that good. They're not strong. Their competition is so close to them and everything. I think Daniel, just from his personality point of view, is the kind of presence you need. With Yuki and Max, it's just two drivers who just blowing off in their cockpits.
Yeah.
So it's not the best time to have two people who are similar. Like if you want to have that, if you want to bring Yuki, bring him in 2025. I don't mind. 100% don't mind. This half a season, just have Daniel. Like just you will know one way or the other if he deserves to be in that seat or not. Daniel can also be like, I got my chance. I didn't. Maybe he also is like, okay, I'm going to retire. That's it. Like we need to also start sending these older people off. Like, bas ho gaya, you got all your chances. You achieved whatever you could. And now it's time for you to like just hang your boots and leave the sport. I mean, I love Daniel Ricciardo. I want him to be here. But like one way or the other, I just want to know that it's better than like just struggling day in, day out and like having these conversations about, oh my God, Yuki again, out-qualified, outperformed, this, that, blah, blah, blah. He's doing that well and good, but like just bring some balance into the team, bring some cheeriness, and then bring two kamikaze drivers next year when everything is clean slate and you can have a good strategy as to what the team needs to do vis-a-vis where the competition is. That is what I think.
Yeah, that's the correct choice. That's the right path.
Yeah, I also think that.
That would even help them understand how the next season would go, the pairs, how they would work, perform, if Max can work with someone else.
Yeah, so, and especially, coming into a new team, like, okay, they are sister team, Alpha Tauri is their sister team, this, that, blah, blah, blah. But like, it's not like the Alpha Tauri and Red Bull are just identical cars with different, different branding. They're not identical cars. Daniel has driven a Red Bull before. And like worst case scenario, he is doing the same thing as Perez.
No.
Best case scenario.
He's not crashing.
Yeah, exactly. He's not crashing. Like I would say, even if Daniel is, let's say, even if he qualifies, let's say P11, P12, P13, which is where so like if he gets out of Q1, that's usually where they end up in Alpha Tauri, right? Daniel is somewhere there, 11, 12, something like that.
Yeah.
So I think by that standard, I think Daniel would at least reach Q3, which is okay.
Yes.
So like now, at least in top 8, you have the top 4 teams. Like you at least have all the cars. And then you can have scenarios where, when like the Ferraris did not qualify for Q3, or when like this race, like George did not qualify, did not get out of Q1. Like those things are going to happen. And so like you
But
again, but
George
at least
did
Red Bull
very
has
well
2
to
people.
finish there.
Yeah, then it's like at least he's finishing top 6, top 7. At least he's getting some points consistently. So 100%, it should be like, if Spa has ended on Sunday, Monday should be the announcement that Daniel is getting that seat. I don't know why Red Bull is waiting so much. I just think that it should just happen now. It will. Now there is no excuse anymore for Sergio Perez, and it doesn't help. No, but it doesn't help them. So like if Max is feeling the heat and the pressure of like just carrying the team and this that, doesn't matter. Like worst case for them would be if Max also loses a driver, and then Red Bull also loses the constructors, because it's not like if Max loses the championship by the end of the season and then he's like, okay, fuck it, Red Bull. It's not like if he goes to any team and be like, listen, I want to drive for you. No team would be like, man, we already made a commitment. Contracts can be broken in Formula One, as we have seen time and again. No team would say no to having Max Verstappen in their car. So,
Yeah.
okay, let's get to the other one, the dreaded
McLaren disaster.
disaster class.
Okay, how are we talking about McLaren disaster class when they finished 1 and 2?
No, because the
Wow.
way Piastri won it, it stained his first victory.
Yeah,
To be very honest, it has stained McLaren for everyone. More than Piastri, everyone right now is
McLaren for me has been strained since the way they dealt with Daniel Ricciardo, because I mean, I love Daniel Ricciardo, but I have been praying for their downfall ever since they pulled that on Daniel. But how do you not have that conversation before the race starts? Like, especially, like, look at how many times this season Lando has lost the pole, or like not gotten the lead from front row. There is so like race start, McLaren's 1-2. There are 3 things that can happen. 1, Lando gets a good start, so it's Lando, Oscar, and everybody else behind. Lando fights Max, whatever happened, and like somehow Oscar gets the lead, Lando's second, and then everybody else is behind. One way or another, it's either Lando who is P1, it's either Oscar who is P2, or the third case is somebody else who's gotten pole because of their infighting or whatever it is. Those are the 3 scenarios that can happen. How has this not been a conversation at McLaren garage before? Like, what happens in that Sunday morning meeting that his race engineer was talking about? Like, how has this not been discussed, and how has it not been clear? Either you tell Oscar clearly that, Oscar, if this is the situation, if it is a 1-2, Lando is the one who's closer to Max, so we are going to do everything to make sure Lando wins. Send Oscar in with that expectation.
And I think, to be very honest, that is how it should be. I mean, Lando has a very good chance. I think the closest chance since Max's dominance to even get close to beating Max.
Yeah, 100%. I'm not denying that, but that is what I'm saying. Like, that should be a conversation, because then what you do is, after a couple of laps, when things have quieted down, the third place is like far behind, you change the position right then and there. You don't let Oscar lead the race for 40 odd laps and then make a shitty strategy call, which apparently you were like covering Lando for Lewis, against Lewis, or whatever they wanted to justify, and then not even communicate to Lando properly that, Oscar is the one who's going to win the race. Oscar, we are going to let Oscar win the race. like, first of all, you make this shitty call. Second, you did not set expectations. And third, you were doing all this, like, pleading to Lando's humanity. Is like, you're going to need a team, you're going to need a teammate to win a championship, this, that, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, what the fuck, man? I'm not watching a K-drama. What is happening?
Also, they did
Man.
not come like okay, they forgot to communicate before the race. I can understand. Okay, happens.
Dude,
They did not expect it.
how?
But
That's
no.
the
How?
only thing they have to
But
communicate.
they would not have expected that Oscar would overtake Lando or whatever it may be. But
How?
when
Bro,
when
every
the pit was
single time.
happening, but you have to
Every
understand when the
single
pit was
time.
happening, they told Piastri that Lando will give the position back to you. They never told Lando before the pit. They told Lando after the pit and when Piastri was going in.
First of all, I mean, I find it bizarre to think that a team that is starting 1-2 is not having conversations about this. Second,
Also, team
Lando
like
Norris
McLaren.
Lando Norris has 100% lost his pole lead every single time that he started with pole. 100% lost it. He's lost it. He's never won he's only won one race, but like anytime he's gotten pole, the reason he's only won one race is because he's never won from pole, because he always loses. I don't understand how this is not even in the three scenarios that I said that could have happened when the race started, Lando keeping the lead is the least likely to happen. Like, it's statistically, till now, that is the least likely scenario to happen, that Lando retains his lead. So it is baffling to me how you've not even had that conversation.
And McLaren pit crew is like not pit crew. The engineers is like proper shithousing. When Lando was pissed and he was not even replying, they're like, man, is your tires okay? And
Yeah.
Also, if you there were shots of the McLaren pit when everything was happening, and the entire pit crew was laughing and smiling.
And this is where I will also say something about Lando. Okay, now the team has messed up 100%. Nobody is denying that Lando was anywhere in the wrong in doing whatever it is that he was doing, but they pitted Oscar at lap 40-ish something. Hungarian GP is 70 laps. They both have fresh mediums. Why can't Lando be like, okay, I'll give the position back to Oscar, but please tell him that we are free to race and I will go for that win. I will try and go for that win. I will keep it respectable. I will give him enough room if we come close together, but I want to fight for that win. Why didn't Lando do that? There is no threat from Lewis or Charles or Max. Max did not have the pace. Lewis did not have the pace. The Ferraris did not have the pace to catch up McLaren. Why wasn't Lando like, cool, okay, I get your point. You fucked up. I will for once, because we have had this relation, this, that, blah, blah, blah. For once, I will cover your ass. I will let Oscar through. But tell him that we are free to race. Tell him that I'm fighting for the championship. Tell him that I will fight for that win. He had a good 25 odd laps to try and go for that win.
But
Why
I
not?
think he did ask him to catch up, no? Didn't he? As
He
far as I
on
remember, he
purpose,
did ask him to catch up.
yeah, but he did ask him to catch up, 100%. I know, but he on purpose also pushed the tires unnecessarily. He pushed the tires to increase that gap to try and justify why he deserved to win, only for him to give him the position back at lap 68. I don't understand. I would rather he not push those tires. Like, okay, you guys did a fucked up thing. We will talk about this after the race. I will let Oscar through. We both are on fresh mediums. Please communicate to him that I am coming for that win. I am going to fight him for that win. And not even ask the team. Tell him, I'm covering up for you. I don't care if you think that we should not be doing this. I am fighting for a championship. I am going after Oscar. I will let him through, but I will try to fight for that win. And if he then wins, 100%, I don't think Oscar would be sad about that either. I don't think Lando would be sad about. I don't think anybody could have said anything to either drivers if that had happened. And I do not understand how Lando did not think of that. There was no threat. They did that entire fucking stupid strategy called so that they don't have any threat from behind. So, like,
But what threat? I am still confused.
Exactly, but that is what I'm saying. That
Behind.
that is what I'm saying. Like there was no threat at all. But like, why is Lando not like, okay, but I will fight for that win. Don't expect Oscar to have like no threat from me. There is no other threat from behind me, but I am gunning for that win. Why not?
Okay, I get that point, but would you just agree that Oscar, while catching up to Lando, made a lot of mistakes? He went
He
on to
went off
the gravel
one.
twice.
He went off once. One time.
No, twice. He went twice.
Okay, twice. Okay, cool. Again,
Yeah.
that is what I'm saying. So, Shakuni, this is what I'll say to you. Lando lets Oscar pass. Okay? Oscar does these events, goes off the track 2 times. Lando closes the gap. He's in the DRS range. He's able to overtake. Cool. Fair. Oscar made a mistake and he paid the price. Fair. 100% fair. Not a problem.
But, okay, not saying that this would happen or this can happen, but if when these two are fighting stupidly for that first position, what if Oscar goes again and the team loses the 1-2? They had the 1-2 in their hand. Now, in this case, I am not defending Norris. In this case, I am not defending Norris. What I am saying is, PS3 did not have a clean race.
No, I just said McLaren doesn't seem like a team who lets their drivers fight when they have 1-2.
Man, fuck that. What are they going to do? Are they going to come and stand in the middle of the track to stop Lando and Oscar fighting each other? What can they do except stay in their rear and be like, please don't fight, please don't fight, please don't fight. They can do nothing else. What else can they do? Are they going to change the setting on one of the cars remotely so that their drivers don't fight? No, piche there are still cars. Like, that is not going to happen. What can they do to stop them from fighting each other?
Oh, that radio was so bad that I just wanted to slam Lando's brakes so that it stops.
No, but see, again, I will tell you, Lando, and again, Shaguni, I know you, in our chat, you defended Lando. You're like, of course, he should have gotten the win. He's the one closest to overtaking Max in the championship, or like he's the closest rival, this, that, blah, blah, blah. 100% understand. Lando Norris never wants to get that position on merit when it comes to the teammate. He pulled the exact same shit in Monza 2021 when Daniel was leading. He was like, can you ask Daniel? I have more pace. I can overtake him. I have more pace. He's slowing me down. Daniel Ricciardo got the fastest lap of the race on the last lap. And Lando could not overtake him on merit. If Daniel was really slowing him down in Monza in 2021, why not go for that win? What is McLaren going to do? McLaren was just like, we are going to hold position. Why is Lando not like, fuck this? This is my first win also. I don't care. I'll go for it. I will earn that win. Even if it is my teammate. Just tell your team, I'll keep it respectable. I will fight it fairly. But if I win, I win. It's as simple as that. Fuck that. We are all here to win. Like, of course, I'm fighting all other 19 drivers. And in that 19 drivers, one of the drivers is my teammate. So if my fight is just with that one driver, I am going to fight. Why is that never Lando's way to go for anything? Last year also, there have been so many times when Oscar has been asked to give position to Lando because McLaren is like, we believe Lando has more pace. 100%. Like, you were not in a championship battle last year. You were just trying to get a better constructor position. You would have gotten more money, whatever it is. But like, Oscar has moved for Lando. But this is what I don't like about Lando. He will just be like, oh man, can you just give me the position? I'm your golden boy. But he's never like, screw your instructions. I'm going for that position. I don't care if it is my teammate. He never does that. That is what irritates me the most about Lando. He always wants that position easy peasy. He's like, I only want to fight 18 drivers. I don't want to fight 19. That is what bothers me the most about Lando. And then even on the podium celebration, man, like he did not even celebrate it with Oscar. Opened the champagne bottle, went straight to Lewis. Like, it's your teammate who's won his first race. And yeah, the team screwed it up. But like, what about presenting a united front? And then in post-race, you're saying, oh, of course, like Oscar deserved to win. It was my mistake. He drove well, this, that, blah, blah. You're saying all of those things, but then you're doing something else. And that is why I cannot cannot stand that guy. I hate Lando for this. He's not going to win a championship if this is the attitude he has. He's like, if I can make up a position on my teammate, like, why should I have to fight for it? Which is not what it is. Do you remember, like, when Perez, for whatever fleeting moments of time that he was close to Max wouldn't care. Max wouldn't care if it was Sergio. Max wouldn't care if the team is like, no, let Sergio win. Max would not care. He would just go for it. And that is why he is a champion. He has been a champion.
Man, he would have just said no and gone.
Yeah, that is what used to happen with Nico and Lewis. That is what used to happen with Seb and Mark Webber. That is all of these drivers, legends of the sports, like multiple world champions. They are all like, yes, to an extent, we will, of course, 100% are going to keep it respectable. But we are going to fight. We are not going to just sit down only because that is our teammate. At the end of the day, we are all here to win. It's as simple as that. And we will fight. And you have to let them fight. Like Monza last year, the Ferraris were fighting each other. They came very close to each other. Carlos and Charles, they were a little bit close to comfort. But like, that's what it is, man. That's racing. 100% McLaren way more at fault because you should just pit Oscar first. They had enough of a gap that even if they double stacked, it would have been okay. Lando would have lost maybe half a second in pit stops, even if they had decided to double stack. Yeah, and like the number of times they have screwed over Oscar on strategy. This time also they did the same thing. But like Lando, I cannot understand how he's never like, let me try and win something on merit. I don't know why. Can't hold a pole position for saving his life. And he's like, I want my wins because what, my teammate is the one who's winning? Fuck off. Sorry.
True.
You know, like I was just thinking, it was Hungary only when Lewis asked the team to ask Bottas to let him through to catch Vettel. And then Lewis gave the place back to Bottas on the last lap because he wasn't able to. And the car behind Bottas was so close. And Lewis still did not hesitate for a single second. And Lando went on for 15, 18, 20 laps doing all this bullshit only to go and give the position back to Oscar 3 laps before. 3 laps before. He had a good 20 laps to actually go and fight for that win. The Lando Norris, if this is his attitude, I'm sorry. He can have a championship winning car, but he does not have a championship winning mentality. He wants it easy, and a championship does not come easy. I hope he improves on this, but no. I was never a Lando Norris fan, and this race hasn't changed that for me at all.
Yeah, and hopefully McLaren learn something from this. And
Yeah, I mean, they have to. See, they are very close to dethroning Red Bull. And
this is affecting the drivers.
yeah, the team morale.
Yeah, the team morale, and also, like, I think if let's say Red Bull is to make that decision of throwing out Sergio Perez from that Red Bull seat and putting whoever, okay, then McLaren has lost like really crucial points here to even get that constructors, because the moment Red Bull, the other seat, gets any driver who's consistently finishing top 10 and is in the mix, it's going to be much difficult to get those kind of point swings. Like this was such a good opportunity for them. McLaren got a 1-2, and then Max and Perez were like 5th and 7th. So that's a good point haul. But they fucked up Oscar's strategy in Silverstone. They lost points there. They have lost so many points this season by their stupid strategy calls. And first of all, like, I think the biggest lesson McLaren can take is like to never put Lando in a chasing position. Like, just don't. Like, make a strategy call such that Lando just has to defend. He makes so many mistakes when he's chasing. I don't know how McLaren is not like.
Also, I think if McLaren had talked to Lando before the race, he would have given up the position early.
Yeah, I mean, like, we've already defined what all places McLaren has fucked up, but I'm also just saying that Lando Norris, just look at any time, like even like last year and this year, look at any time this has been the case. Lando will always try to tell his team to let Oscar let him pass. He'll always ask the team to ask Oscar to let him pass. He always does that.
So what are they doing on Sunday morning?
I have no clue.
And I have a feeling that they are watching rom-com or something together.
Could be, I don't know. And then even like to make matters worse, okay, like I was already not too high on Lando, and then in the cool down room, Lewis is like, God, you guys are fast. God, you guys are fast. And Lando's like super defensive. So like, you had the fastest car 7 years ago, mate. What are you now? We are winning. Now we are winning. And Lewis is like, bro, 7 years is long time. I'm just complimenting him. I'm just complimenting you, bro. Just calm the fuck down. And like Lando in the past has been like, oh, Lewis only won because he always had the fastest car. So of course he's won. Who has the fastest car now?
Lando Norris.
What has he done? Not so easy now, is it? Is it easy now? Lando, tell me, is it easy now? Fastest car? Shouldn't you be in the running for the world championship? No, you would rather pussy out and give the position back to your teammate when there is no way that you can catch up because you ate your tires trying to prove what point, God knows. If he always wanted to give that position back, I don't know why he chewed through his tires. I don't know. If he had just pulled that move and been the villain, I would have understood. I would be like, okay, dick move, but I respect it. That's what the game is. And that's what the game has to be sometimes. 100%. Like, I was like, but till lap 68, you've kept the lead, you might as well win the race. There's no point in giving that position back on lap 68.
Either go full selfish or don't do it at all.
Yeah. Like, if you want to be, like, you don't get to decide to be fair just before you, just when you're like one step away from being a certifiable dick.
I have a feeling that Lando knew that he can't catch up with Oscar if he gives him the spot. That's why he took it so long.
Exactly. And so that is why, like, while
He
McLaren
thought
is to
the
blame.
entire internet and everyone would be like, man, look at this selfless Lando.
Yeah,
He was
exactly.
expecting that.
Yeah, exactly. But not us. Not me, at least.
During that process and all, that radio made it bad.
Oh my God. And like the one-liners from the McLaren pit crew, oh my God. The emotional blackmail puts an Indian mom to shame. Oof.
And I was
My God.
laughing my ass off.
No, but I was also like, first I was like,
You
dude,
can't
have
win
some
the races
dignity.
alone, Lando. You need a team.
Yeah.
The team
It's
needs
like-
this, Lando.
And think about the Sunday mornings.
No, it's that part in the movie when the mentor figure is telling to like giving an inspirational speech to the hero to go kick some ass.
Yeah.
Except they're just like, can you be less of a dick right now, Lando? I know we fucked up, but like, can you just like tone it down on the dickery? Oh man.
And I was like, man, what's happening? What is this like emotional blackmail?
Yeah.
Even Lando went quiet for a minute and they're like, and are you sure there's a correct mate or something? When he said yes, immediately they're like, think about the Sunday morning.
Yeah.
They didn't even hesitate for a second. They didn't even listen what he was about to say about tires. They just wanted to make sure that he was listening to them. Oh man, that was fun.
And the thing is that, like, you know, if if McLaren does not change their strategy and everything, I'm telling you, like, Ferrari is not that far behind. Mercedes might take time to catch up, but like Ferrari is not that far behind. There's a chance that they might lose the constructor battle to Ferrari also. There is 100% a chance if they keep doing this, if they keep screwing
But
over one of
Charles
their
is having a
drivers.
stinker of a time.
Yeah.
I don't know what's happening, but damn, this is bad patch after Monaco
Yeah.
from.
Now that we are done from McLaren, what the fuck was this race by Russell? What did he do?
Man,
I was
he
not
did well.
even, I did not even pay
Because
attention to it. So like
where
he
did he
started from
qualify?
back. He was like 17th or 18th or something. And
And
he
he
finished in
finished.
points
Yeah,
and got
and
the
he did
fastest
well.
lap. What
The
else do you
fastest lap
expect from him?
No. Fastest lap he got because he pitted very late because he had hard tires since the
Yeah,
beginning.
anyway, he got in
Yeah.
top 10 and got the fastest lap, man.
What more
No.
can you expect?
From Russell, I expected top 5.
But he's starting
Yeah.
from like P17, 18, man. Like it's not a Monza type circuit that you have a distinct speed advantage over slower cars. It's not easy to overtake on this. In
But
fact,
just
I
look
think
at
barely they will.
look at no. Look at the time difference between him and Perez.
Still,
It is what? 3
3.
2-3 seconds.
Yeah, and
Yeah, but it's
this
but
has
again,
been
like Hungary is not a track for overtaking. Like how many overtakes did you see in the entire race? It was just undercut after undercut.
No, this is
That was
basically
what
Monaco.
Monaco without walls. That is what Hungary is. It's not easy to overtake. Yeah, it's only like that pit straight and then the track between turn 1 and 2. Those are the 2 Diaz zones, and that's it. Other than that, like look at when Lewis was defending against Max, like Max would come so close till turn 2, he would be like 0.2, and then by the time they would come to the pit straight, it was again 0.7, 0.8, the difference between them. So like it's not a track for overtaking. What are you expecting George to do? It's what the track is. Hungary is good in changeable conditions. Like there's still like some jeopardy, and even then it's not like overtakes are going to happen. It's that somebody's going to fuck up and crash, and then there can be a safety car, and that can like cause some shit. That's Hungary is always
also
been
that
like that.
Stroll Alonso thing.
Oh yeah, teammate drama there also. Again, like the front drama was so much that I don't think anybody knows. Even Stroll did. See, I mean, at least Stroll was like a dick. He was like, fuck you, Alonso, not going to give it back. Jo karna bharle. Like he was just like, fuck it, not giving it back. Like commit to your dickery is what I'm saying. But yeah, that was Hungary. I'm excited for Spa though. Spa is hopefully going to be a good race. But to be fair, we hyped up Hungary and like the battle that can go on in this season so much in our last episode that Hungary was very boring, if not for this emotional torture drama that went on. So I'm going to keep my expectations low. If it's a good race, good. If not, at least I'm not disappointed. I am just going to be a little bit glad that there is like 3 weeks of neither Formula One nor football. So like I need this time to recharge for return of Formula One and start of Premier League.
Is there a cricket between?
What?
No, I think there is cricket and Olympics.
Oh, that is your thing. Olympics I will watch, but like not cricket and all.
I haven't seen cricket in a very long
Blasphemy.
time.
In our household, it is blasphemy to watch cricket.
Yeah, I haven't seen it in a very long time.
Good for you. Stare at a wall. Much more productive. Okay, Prediction League. Okay, Neil still leading with 49 points. I am second place at 40. Shaguni, you are at 36. Kramer, 34. Honeybaz is at 29. But Shaguni,
What?
your
How did I
predictions...
get to 36?
Because you make such shit predictions, bro. I
Which
am not
one?
even... Albon in top 15?
He has been performing shit.
Wow.
Top 15.
Okay, cut that point time, okay?
Top 15. Like, I don't even want to call it Kramer-like prediction because...
For safer side, you should have said top 18, man.
Next
Just to be
race.
safe.
But like,
But he-
I mean, this race you got like 2 out of 3 podium places correct. So that is majority of your points. But like, when I saw Albon top 15, I was like, yeah, like last 2 positions are taken by the neon green dustbins. And then
And
there are going to
Gasly.
be like, one is Gasly because he's going to DNF, obviously. And so, like,
He is a thing without
and then one
crashes.
is Logan Sargent, of course. And so, like, as long as he's just so top 15. Wow.
And as soon
What
as
a
like
prediction.
Gasly radio pops up, I'm like, okay, they are calling him for a DNF.
In the
Yeah.
in the last 5 races, he has finished in top 15 only once. Just FYI.
Okay. Whatever. Wait, I so now have all the data with me. In the last 5 races, Canada was a DNF. Okay, Spain was bad. Austria was 15th. Silverstone, he was in points. And then here he was 14th.
See?
He was in points in Silverstone, the race before. And before that, he was in top 15.
Verstappen was on podium in Silverstone. He is not in this race.
Verstappen, I'm talking about Albon.
No, I'm talking about the comparison that you gave me, that he was in points in Silverstone. But I had a feeling that he might not do maybe in top 10. So I said
So
top
then
15.
write top 10. So then write top 10. Then you should say that Albon will not score points.
Okay, I'll say
That
that
way,
now.
even if he DNFs, technically you are correct. He did not score points. You did not say Albon will be classified but not score points. Then DNF will not count. That is how you have to be smart, Shakuni.
Okay.
That's what you have to do. But you got 7 points because you had so many.
Yeah. Or stick
Yeah.
to saying Yuki will finish about Daniel Ricciardo.
Yeah. So
I think I haven't said it in a couple
while.
of races.
It's okay, Shakuni. I'm not deducting points.
No, you can. I'm okay.
So, man, you made my case. It's
Which case?
pretty good, actually. That 115 in last 5 races.
I will literally stop the prediction league if this keeps on happening. If Kramer is now I can also make these stupid predictions.
No, I'm not making it. I can, but I'm not.
Good. I think Shakuni every single race weekend is just copies his previous prediction message and just changes the driver. It's it's always one is this one in top 5, this one in top 10, and then third prediction is something also generic, and he just keeps changing the driver names. It's this is what he does.
I am waiting for the double DNF just to change it.
I think too much on my predictions. That's why I don't get it. Too many points. Last race before the summer break. I am excited that we are getting a break from Formula One.
Wow, and hopefully no rain.
Hopefully, little rain. Enough to make the conditions changeable.
Yeah.
Not more than that.
Rain in some parts of the track.
Yeah.
That's
Either
better.
that or just sunny throughout. Just I don't want anything in between. Or even cloudy is okay. But no cats and dogs rainfall that is going to drown half the track. Not that kind of rain. No 2021 rain. Let's just
No, thanks.
no
Man, if it's that, just make them race for 1 lap and call it in.
Just cancel the race. If it is that level, that track is not safe to be racing in that much rain. Sorry. Just cancel
keep
it.
the qualification results as main.
Yeah. Cool.
Because anyway, there will be no overtaking. They will just end the race in
Behind safety car.
safety car. Yeah.
Yeah. Cool, man. Take
Bye.
care, I guess. That's it from this episode. Until Spa. Bye.
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 Bye.